The magic of infinity, Hilbert's hotel, and the enigma of infinitude. In a world where everything seems to have limits, where boundaries arise between the possible and the impossible, there exists a fascinating idea that challenges our perception of reality: the concept of infinity. In this journey, we will explore a fascinating construction, a place that dismantles logic and touches the mystery of mathematics. David Hilbert's Hotel Infinity. Prepare for an intriguing journey where the impossible becomes possible. Imagine a hotel that has not just one, two, or even thousands of rooms, but an infinite number of rooms. This is the Infinity Hotel. The reception is always bustling, the corridors echoing with laughter and conversations from guests arriving from all corners of the universe. The night manager, an extraordinary man, faces peculiar challenges daily. He is a resilient spirit, never shying away from difficulty. And so, on an ordinary night, everything changes. The encounter.
Excuse me, could I have a room?
Of course. One moment, please. Oh, no! Unfortunately, we are completely full. All the rooms are occupied. But what would be a simple full for anyone else? For our manager, it is just another challenge to overcome. He quickly begins to devise a plan. In a brilliant moment of creativity, he decides to relocate the guests. First, he calls the guest from room 1 to move to room 2. Next, he asks the guest from room 2 to move to room 3, and so on. The arrival of the bus! Even more astonishing, imagine that now an infinitely large bus, packed with a countably infinite number of passengers, arrives to park in front of the Infinity Hotel. What will the manager do now? He faces a difficult choice. If he doesn't find a place for all these extra guests, the hotel will lose an infinite amount of money, and he might even lose his job. The prime number solution. In this crucial moment, our clever manager recalls an ancient discovery by Euclid, made over 2,000 years ago. There are infinitely many prime numbers. With this memory, his mind starts working on a new approach. The manager quickly reallocates the rooms with a strategy that might seem strange but will work. I will assign each guest to the next prime number raised to the power of their current room number. This way, we will use the infinity of prime numbers to accommodate all these new guests. The smart allocation. For example, the guest who was in room number 7 now moves to room 2 to the power of 7, which means she will now be in room 128. With this, the manager is sure that there won't be any room occupied by the same number. Why? Because the powers of prime numbers do not overlap. The concept of infinity is truly fascinating. And when we understand that there are different orders of infinity, our imagination really starts to soar. Georg Cantor, one of the greatest mathematicians in history, named this first class of infinity Aleph Zero. Let's pause for a moment to reflect on that. As the Infinity Hotel deals with the countable infinity of natural numbers, the scenario changes completely if we enter the realm of real numbers. Here, things become much more complex and intriguing. The Hotel of Real Numbers. In the Hotel of Real Numbers, the situation becomes complicated. Rooms of negative numbers, like room -1. Fractional rooms where the guest in room 1/2 has the impression that they have less space than the guest in room 1, and irrational rooms like the square root of 2 or even the number p. What kind of night manager would feel comfortable running a place like that, where each room represents a different type, and many of them are filled with guests expecting free desserts? The reflection. This exercise is not just an intriguing mathematical curiosity. It prompts us to reflect deeply on the limits of our own understanding. Infinity is not just a magnitude, it is an idea that forces us to expand our minds and think beyond what is immediately evident. Our capacity for reasoning is limited, and often we feel we are not up to the challenges that the concept of infinity presents us. Now, more than ever, we must ask ourselves, what does it really mean to be infinite? The next time you find yourself dealing with complex concepts, from mathematics to everyday life, remember Hilbert's Infinity Hotel. Every new challenge can be an opportunity to reallocate your approach, just as the manager did. After all, if he could accommodate all those guests, both finite and infinite, who are we to limit our own capabilities? If you enjoyed this fascinating journey through infinity, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share it with everyone you know who loves challenges and discoveries. Until next time on our adventure in the realm of ideas,